This is the Malibu Lagoon, and it's empty. Extremely low tide. I've never ever seen it like this. Really cool. I see the osprey over there, so I'm gonna go get a couple of shots of that. Let's go see what we can get way over there. Today I am shooting with my D800. I forgot my rain cover, so I have plastic bags and stuff in my pocket. It's sitting at home drying out. This is empty, and it's really, really wild, man, because it is so empty. I've never seen it like this. But on this D800, I have my PF500 and a 1.4 E3 teleconverter on here from Nikon. I'm shooting at an f8, but I'm using my exposure compensation to get more light. So if you've seen some cool photos, it's because I was able to bring the light up while keeping my ISO at 400. My exposure compensation is set at a +2 to give me more light. Plugging in here, just jumping into what I was just saying 2 seconds ago. If you've seen any of my photos and we list the shutter speed, all the specifics to that photo, bias is exposure compensation. Most of the time it is set at 0, but if it's really bright light, I will take it down a little bit to preserve the highlights and all the shadows. They're still there with digital, more so now with the newer ones, but taking it down in bright sunlight preserves the highlights. In really low light like this, I raise it up. But that's just my technique. You'll find something that works for you. Now back to what I was saying before. It's working for me, I hope. The osprey's out there. Since the tide is so low, I don't think it'll be hunting for a while, but if it does, well, cool. We'll get more of the same. Let me see if I can get some pictures of these. I don't know what kind of ducks they are, so I'm gonna go this way. JonnyPink, I sure do hope you can hear me. This is, again, the D800. One thing I've noticed using with the tele and the poor light like this, as I said, I'm using an exposure compensation of +2, and I'm kind of shouting, so hopefully you can hear me over the surf. I know how bad it is. I really have to look at my photos to get the correct exposure. So if you've seen anything, that means that I nailed it. This old camera with its phase detect style of focus is not as accurate as this combination on the Z9. And I knew that, but that's okay. In really bright light, it's perfect. But in low light like this, or poor light, or flat light, I didn't get any of that pelican flying through the air. If I took the teleconverter off, it would have nailed it, because the focus on this is really good when there's some contrast. I'll wander back that way now towards the Osprey. Get a couple more shots of me still sitting there and see what's come in or out. This is kind of low, that's why I'm leaning forward like this and hoping it doesn't fall. The Osprey is still there. There's a really, really cool snail there. And I'm just gonna leave it alone. You can see by the shot I was just showing you that all the clouds are coming in. It's really, really misty. And normally I wouldn't really worry about this camera, but it is old, and recently one of the sync ports covers that would make it weather resistant, it just broke off and it's gone. So I'm a little exposed in a couple places to the elements, which is kind of a problem. I don't want to lose this camera. This is my absolute favorite camera in the world. Hopefully I got some great shots. It was fun to play with this. JonnyPink, thank you so very much for letting me share with you guys. I went to I went to get some video. That's why I brought my monopod. Not with this camera, not gonna do that. Maybe I'll try it with the Osprey over there, we'll see. JonnyPink, thank you so much for letting me share with you guys. I know that using exposure compensation like that, somebody's gonna say that I'm wrong. It works for me. I've got it set at a +2, keeps my ISO at 400, allows me to have a faster shutter speed to freeze the motion. If I were to gauge it as the camera says I should, my shutter speed would be so slow. I'd have a lot of motion blur. And with anything that's moving, especially with a long lens, you have to have a fast shutter speed to freeze the action. Again, thank you so much for letting me share with you guys. You guys have a fantastic day out there, whatever it is you're gonna do. JonnyPink, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I do answer everything. It takes me a while, but I get to it. Working on a new album too at the same time, so trying to record that, and it's a lot of fun. See you guys out there. Now that's old school. Shooting at a full 1080. Manual focus, propped up. That's awesome. JonnyPink, again, thanks a lot for letting me share with you guys. You have a fantastic day. Oh gosh, this is fun.